Whew. iPhone X, probably one of the most hyped up phones of the year, in my opinion. Where do I start? You can start with the obvious, I guess. The price, $1,000. Now I made other videos talking about I'm not with any of the $1,000 phones. We got this one, we got the Note 8, and I think that's just those two actually. Other phones are getting up there. The Google Pixel, that was around the $900 range after you factor in taxes and whatnot. But man, $1,000, is it worth it? Is the question. The answer is no. It's not worth it. Not at all. Not close. Not at all. Now, don't get me wrong. It not being worth $1,000 does not mean that the phone is bad. Don't get that twisted. The phone is excellent. I'm loving this phone a lot. I just did a camera comparison with the Note 8, and arguably, I don't know, I would say it's the best camera out. I have yet to test the Google Pixel 2 XL. I know that's up there, but out of all the phones that I've tested, the LG V30, I still got to do a camera test on that. But even just early on, it's not touching the iPhone X. Even, and I'll say this about the iPhone, $1,000 is not worth it. But they come with it. They come with it. They give you a lot with this iPhone. I think it's the only, like, one of very few phones, if any other ones, that shoots 4K video at 60 frames per second. The first with the facial unlock. We got other phones that had it, but to this level, no. The iPhone X with this face unlock is the truth. And the whole time I've been using this phone, I've yet to miss the fingerprint sensor. I'll just keep that 100. Like this, but definitely been them times where I like put my finger down there or on the back or something, but I'm not really missing the fingerprint sensor when it comes to the iPhone X. They did a great job with the face unlock. Like I said, they came with it. They got the face unlock, the 4K video upgrade. What else? Quality. They always been on top with the quality, but it's just something about this phone when you hold it. It definitely is top notch in that department. They came with it, but the display also, they changed it to an OLED display. It's clean, very clean. But iPhone's displays have never really been bad. It's just when we talking specs and we compare it to Android, Android's always had the better pixel density and stuff like that. And if you want to get into all that, yeah, but they've always been very nice. Like, even for LCD panels, they've been clean. They look great. And this one is no different, even though they switched to an OLED panel. But yeah, they tried it. They definitely tried it. They did their thing, but no matter what, I still don't think it'll ever be worth $1,000. They got some new technology in here and everything. The phone is super duper fast. But $1,000, man. I just can't recommend it to nobody. Even for myself, I know I got it, but it's a hard pill to swallow, man. When you think about it, $1,000 for a cell phone in 2017. Um, yeah, I got the Note 8 as well, but if it wasn't for me getting that good deal through Samsung, I wouldn't have. I don't think I would have paid. I definitely wouldn't have paid $1,000 for that phone. But uh man, we can talk about some of the negatives though. For the first time ever in my experience with Apple, iPhones or whatever, I've actually been experiencing some lag. Um, it may be due to the fact that I like to use the betas, so it may be due to that. Although I have used betas on previous iPhones and I didn't really experience any lag. Um, I'm seeing some lag here. Um, Definitely can be fixed. It's the first time for me that I've ever seen it with an iPhone, so I'm willing to give them benefit. I'm willing to give them some leeway with that. They have a lag or whatever, but it's very seldom that I get the lag, but it's been there. It's been there. So um, that's a downside to the iPhone X that I've had. What else we got? Really though, if I'm gonna keep it 100, if I'm gonna keep it all the way 100, I really have not experienced a lot bad about this phone. Um, this guy probably one of the best like speakers on a phone. Um, Most phones nowadays give you that bottom firing joint. That's whack. They got a nice dual stereo setup. That's not too bad. Cameras definitely, like I said, in my opinion, the best in class. I'll take this case off, but that mug clean, man. It really is. Um, I've been getting good quality or like call quality, cell quality, and whatever. Data's been decent. That's what it is. Battery life, probably one of the most important thing. Battery life really isn't great, but it's reminiscent of other iPhones. There's really nothing that's changed. I've, Apple hasn't really been great in the battery department for some years now, but I'm cool with that though. I'm cool with that. I still get my day for the things that I do. Um, I get I'm getting 3 or at the most like 4.5, 4 hours back, like screen on whatever. But I don't really be counting like that. My thing is because I'm not a huge heavy user. I play music pretty much when I'm at work throughout the entire my entire work day. Um, if it can get me through my work day with 30, 30%, something like that, I'm good. And it's been able to do that. Some days it's worse than others, but like I said, it depends on what I'm doing. YouTube, obviously, that'll drain your battery pretty quick. Facebook is a killer. Um, just pay attention to the apps you got open and brightness, screen brightness, and whatnot. But like I said, it's no different than any other iPhone that I've used. But um, outside of that, man, if all right, hypothetical, super hypothetical, if I had to spend $1,000 on a phone, and my choices were what I got available here: the Note 8, the LG V30, or the iPhone X. If I had to, and then like I said, there's other phones out there: the Google Pixel. What else? The Huawei Mate 10 Pro. Just any phone you can think of. You had to spend $1,000 bucks. I'm probably still gonna go with Apple. I know a lot of people be like, you got to go Android, and when you think of it like that because of what Android offers and whatnot. But my thing is, um, every time I use an Android phone, if it ain't like there's certain brands like HTC, OnePlus, uh, that's probably it for me. Me personally, those two manufacturers, they've always made me feel like gave me the feel of wanting to hold on to my phone. I think it has a lot to do with software development. We don't talk about that enough. We always do. We talk about the hardware all the time. None of these companies, Samsung, LG, Huawei, any any other cell phone manufacturer that you can think of, they suck in the software development department. Like they suck. Um, like when's the last time like you can? I remember back in the day we can like you can get a software update and like it can almost feel like you got a new phone. You almost like you may never really have to go out and buy a new phone all the time because you would get those updates. Like nowadays, updates come once per phone, and then you get a couple security updates here and there in between, but nothing drastic. We don't never get any new features anymore. We don't get uh, like real helpful updates anymore. Like the only phones and manufacturers that have really been doing that is OnePlus and HTC. And like OnePlus, I think the 5T doesn't have like Android O yet, but they're going to. And even throughout their time with like Nougat, they have quality updates, but Samsung still like it's trash when it comes to updating. And iPhone or Apple with the beta program, and even just in general, they give pretty good. They update their phone often, and I need that over hardware because the hardware is here. This is this is a futuristic hardware. The hardware is here. Like no, I can't download music directly to and all that stuff, but nowadays we streaming everything. We don't need most of that stuff anymore. Like you get yourself an Android phone. You tell me how many times. When's the last time really that like you just downloaded a whole album, put it on your phone? Like people do it. I'm not saying people don't. People definitely do it, but for me, I'm streaming everything. I'm streaming everything. Backing up photos to the cloud. I really have like very minimal use for memory cards and onboard storage and stuff like that. So, and access to it is not necessary either. It, the game has changed, and Apple is kind of still, they've been doing it consistently. And sure enough, um, I think it's probably for the better. It's been for the best for me. I think the day that Android kind of goes that route is the day that Android realizes like they can take over once they finally do it that way. But um, it is what it is, though, man. Again, it's the iPhone X. Quick review. $1,000, no. Do not buy it for $1,000. If you can get yourself a deal, if you got an iPhone 7 or something that you don't, or iPhone 6 or something that you can trade in, get a couple $100 off. Do it that way, but don't go to the store and just buy this mug straight up for $1,000, like I am doing currently. It's not worth it. But no phone is. Like, don't make this seem like it's just an Apple thing. No phone is worth $1,000. It's your boy, Lane Train. I'm out.